Hello everyone, this is Dr. Seema Sharma, Associate Professor from Assam Downtown University. I welcome you all to my class on Working Capital Management. So what is Working Capital Management? It is a strategy designed to ensure that an organization operates efficiently by monitoring and using its current assets and current liabilities to the best effect, and the main purpose is to maintain significant cash flow to meet the short-term operating cost and short-term obligations of the business organization. Now, every business organization possesses assets and liabilities, and these assets and liabilities which every business organization are very much important, and they can be classified on the basis of duration. First, we start up with the assets. So, what are assets? Assets are nothing but possessions owned by the firm which are capable of being expressed in terms of money. These assets are used by firms for generating future benefits. The assets can be classified as fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets are those which are permanent in nature and held for business activities and not for sale. Business uses them for generating revenue. Examples of fixed assets are they can be tangible and intangible, like land, plant, machinery, etc. are tangible assets. Copyright, patent, trademark are intangible assets, coming under the category of fixed assets. Now we talk about current assets. These current assets, on the other hand, are those liquid assets which are held in the form of cash, and this can be easily converted into cash within a period of one accounting year. For example, current assets are cash in hand, short-term investments, sundry debtors, account receivables, etc. Now, what are liabilities? Liabilities are the economic obligations of the organizations to pay or provide goods or services to outsiders, including the shareholders of the organization. The liabilities of the organization may be short-term, may be long-term liabilities. Long-term liabilities are those which are repayable over a period of greater than one accounting year, like the liabilities for repayment of shares, debentures, long-term loans, etc. And short-term liabilities are current liabilities which are payable within the accounting period. These are sundry creditors, accounts payable, payment to be made to the suppliers, outstanding expenses, etc., which the organization has to repay within a period of 1 year. Here we have a description of the items which can be categorized as current assets and current liabilities, like inventories, sundry debtors, cash, bank balances, loans and advances comes under the heading current assets. And some of the examples of current liabilities are sundry creditors, advances and deposits from customers, unclaimed dividends, application money refundable. Now, how are these fixed assets and current assets different from each other? Now, in managing fixed assets, time factor is very important. Discounting and compounding are very important in any capital budgeting decision. But as the current assets have a time frame of only one accounting year, so the concept of time value of money is not significant here. So this is the first difference between current assets and fixed assets, that application of the time value of significance or application of the time value of money. The second one is liquidity position. Now, the liquidity position of any business entity is measured on its investment in current assets. The higher the investment in current assets, better the position. Whereas the role of fixed assets to evaluate the liquidity position is negligible. Thirdly, any short run immediate requirement of any business organization for cash or adjustment to fluctuate in sales can be made only through the adjustments of various components of current assets, but fixed assets has no implication in it. Now, what do we mean by working capital? Working capital is the capital that is required to run the day-to-day activities of any business organization. It is also called the life and blood of any business organization because this keeps the business moving. The cash in hand is necessary for making or meeting its obligation or debts on time. If a business is not able to meet its obligation on time, it affects its goodwill as well as reputation in the market, as well as affects the sales and in the long run the revenue generation of and profit generation of the organization. Working capital, it is a measure of the company's liquidity and operational efficiency. Like if a company has a positive working capital, then it is assumed that the company have the potential to invest and grow. Now we talk about the classification of working capital. From the point of view of concept, the term working capital can be used in two different ways, that is gross working capital and net working capital. The gross working capital refers to investment in all the current assets of the business organization. That is, the total investment of the organization in all current assets is known as gross working capital. Now, the net working capital. Net working capital is the excess of total current assets over total current liabilities. That is, it can be noted that the current liabilities refer to those liabilities which are payable in one accounting year. So, over and above the whatever has been invested after paying off all the current liabilities from the current assets is the net working capital. Now, from the point of view of time, the term working capital can be divided into permanent or fixed working capital, temporary or variable working capital. So permanent working capital, it is we can call it as the hardcore capital. It is the minimum level of investment in the current assets that is carried out by the business organizations at all time to carry out the minimum level of activities of the entity. Without investment of this permanent nature, the business cannot run, and if we withdraw this permanent working capital, the performance of the business, the production cycle will be affected. Temporary or variable working capital, it is the minimum working capital required over and above the permanent working capital. It is also called variable working capital, and since the volume of temporary working capital keeps on fluctuating from time to time according to the business activities, it may be financed from short-term sources. The basic requirement of this temporary or variable working capital arises due to seasonal needs as well as fluctuations in the trade cycle. Importance of adequate working capital. Now, it is very important to have an optimum level or adequate level of working capital in any business entity, and this cannot be overlooked. Adequacy or inadequacy of working capital determines the efficiency with which the activities of the business organization or the day-to-day nature of the activities of the organization can be carried out. And the role of finance manager is very significant here. If the firm does not have sufficient working capital, it may run the risk of insolvency. And in such a situation, it will not be able to pay off its debts or liabilities on time, and such a situation is termed as undercapitalization or undercapitalized situation. The next situation can be overcapitalized. Large amount of funds are available or locked up in working capital, and this results in low rate of return and implies less than optimal use of resources. And we need to have a situation where we have adequate working capital, neither too high nor too low. Therefore, it is very necessary to determine the working capital very carefully. A firm should neither have too high an amount of working capital nor too low. It is the job of the finance manager to estimate the requirements of the working capital carefully and then determine the optimum level of investment to be made in working capital of the entity. Now, what is working capital cycle? It refers to the length of time between the firms paying cash for materials, entering into the process of production, where you may have products which are in semi-finished stage, we call it as work in process, and then getting converted into finished goods. This finished goods gets converted into cash or credit sales. If cash sales, cash will be paid up to the cash will. So for credit sales, it gets converted into accounts receivable, and this accounts receivable then gets converted into cash, and the operating cycle keeps repeating itself. With this, thank you.